Let's see. I got the hit start. Hey everybody, we have a new tornado warning in effect. Again, just kind of getting things set up here on the fly. So just a second, this is for Avoyelles Parish, and this is a confirmed tornado from radar. So let's go ahead and just take a look and see where it is. It looks like this is right to the east of Marksville. It looks like this likely touched down near or just on the east side of Marksville and continues right now. Let me go ahead and take this, put it in motion here. And there you can kind of see the debris signature start there just on that east side of Marksville, and now it is continuing down Spring Bayou Road, Pecan Drive, Little River Road, that area. This is where that rotation is, and that's where we are seeing the potential for a tornado. So let me go ahead and pause this, take a look at the storm relative velocity, and hold on just one second. All righty, and let's see. There you go. Stout rotation there east of Marksville. This is going to be moving over some more rural areas. Possibly, I could see this being around Acme, then into northeastern Avoyelles. But this is a confirmed tornado warning. Tornado, it looks like it is on the ground. Now, I will say, we just had that scare down around Woodworth. From what I saw with that, and this is a different scenario perhaps here, but I drove through it and there was no real damage to speak of. I saw a couple of limbs down, no power outages or anything. Talked to a guy who was actually right in the middle of that, and he's a chaser, and I trust his opinion on this stuff. And he said that there was a strong wind shift. He's going to actually put up video later. He was on the interstate underneath this, and he said he thinks that why we get these debris balls that show up so intensely on some of these weaker storms like this, then that is something that is tied to a lot of leaves in the trees and things like that, because that's lofted as debris, smaller limbs, things like that. That's going to show up as debris. So we are seeing this on the east side of Marksville, and this is heading out of town toward, let's see, Pecan Drive, Little River Road, right down that area. And we've seen that over the last 10 minutes or so, that signature continues to look pretty active there. So tornado warning for Avoyelles Parish. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Tornado warning for northeastern Avoyelles Parish. And I'm just going to pop this up to where I can read this warning information to you. It's taking a second to pop right now, but this is going to be moving toward the east-northeast, perhaps into southern Concordia Parish down there. Very rural areas out here. Highway 15, Lake Long Road, that area is out ahead of this whole thing. So if you are in northeastern Avoyelles Parish, there is a threat for this tornado that is confirmed on radar right now. So this is radar confirmed tornado near Marksville, moving east at 35, flying debris, all that stuff. It's going to be near the Lake Ophelia National Wildlife Refuge around 7:10, so right now. And that is going to... It's going to basically move toward the east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour. This looks like it touched down about 7 or 8 minutes ago, and I'm not seeing a real strong signature on radar. But, again, we're out there several thousand feet up into this one here. We have a lot of confirmed tornadoes off to the northeast as well. But for right now, this one, this storm includes areas of northeastern Avoyelles Parish outside of Marksville. And let's take a look and see that debris tracker and see if it's still on the ground. Not going to be surprised to see this one go away fairly quickly, but if you are in anywhere in northeastern Avoyelles Parish, if you're in Bordelonville, north of there, that is where this is going to be continuing on toward the north, toward the east-northeast. And so, you know, we've seen several of these already. We've seen several, hopefully, weaker tornadoes. I mean, I saw there have been some minor damage reports from what I've seen with the ones around Woodworth, but from what I saw driving right through the debris signature, I didn't see anything. So that was a little bit of encouraging news as these storms continue to, wreak havoc in the area.
See what's on the click the reflectivity. See what kind of support. Okay, so this is an area where there's a strong reflectivity return there. So
yeah, and I mean
that one may be legitimate.
I think it could be, and just looking to see. It's still showing up, and that is an updated scan south of Little River Road, south of Pecan Drive there, out east of Marksville, and then north of Bordelonville. So Frank Graham Lane, this is close enough to where you need to seek shelter. Bayou Natchitoches Road out in that area, you would also need to seek shelter. Buck Road, Natchitoches Island oil field, that kind of area. That's where this is. That's where this, at least this radar signature that we're seeing, this debris tracker, continues to show as it moves on toward the east-northeast. So another fairly quick spin up here. This went from 0 to 100 in about 2 seconds. But let's take a look at that bigger picture on the radar here. And as you can see here, still have some weaker stuff behind it. But after this storm moves out, I mean, chances for severe weather, we were really talking about how it seems like they're dissipating here. But looks like we have one more storm. And you can see, Tom, how that does it's getting that kind of bow feature to it where you're getting that surge right through Marksville. And that's where it looks like we could have seen a tornado that could still be ongoing here east. Oh, sorry, I went too far south toward Mansura. Let me see. Yeah, and the shear swath, it wasn't that strong. I mean, picked up a little bit as you got east of town. Yeah, updraft's weakening. It is still there. We still have this confirmed tornado warning in effect. Areas east and northeast of Marksville, you are in this one. So they are going with confirmed tornado on this. Tornado warning is in effect until, let's see, it was at 7:30. So we got another 16 minutes on that. And after this, it looks like things are going to start to really calm down as this storm moves out of the area and off into Mississippi. But for right now, that's the area we're watching there east of Marksville. Very easy to pick that out on the radar. And it looks like it might have even pulsed up there in the last scan, north of Bordelonville and east of Marksville. So an area that's not very populated, you know it. If you're in there, if you're like, wait a second, I'm on the north side of Bordelonville, then this is potentially going to impact you, and it's going to continue on to these areas out to the east and north of Marksville. Let me go ahead and zoom on this, get some upstream streets. Yeah, Natchitoches Island Oil Field Road, Bayou Natchitoches Road, Buck Road. Let me clear this off. And then further out to the east, sorry about that, Grassy Lake Road, Bayou Natchitoches Road, just trying to find any roads I can out here. Grand Lake Road, this is the area that is going to be downstream of this. This is where the potential for this tornado to impact is going to be. It's also going to clip this area of southern Concordia Parish. So if you are down here along Highway 15 in the Shaw community, Black Hawk, Acme Levee Road, Red River Landing, Dora Knapp Road, those areas also could see an impact from this storm as it continues on toward the east-northeast. And we can go ahead back here and show you how this kind of came about and just hit play and show you that we do have, you can see clearly on the east side of Marksville, that thing pops up. And when we can track these for a few frames, you can really see that, yeah, it looks like this is a legitimate threat and a tornado that has probably been on the ground now for at least 10 minutes. So tornado warning for a confirmed tornado. And I mean, that CC drop, that debris track, it's actually getting more intense and it looks like it's hooking a little bit to the right. So I could see a tornado warning for this extreme southern tip of Concordia Parish coming out fairly soon. That is going to include the Shaw community and areas near that. So where Highway 15 meets up with, what is that, Dora Knapp Road. That's where this is headed. Not seeing a ton of things out ahead of this besides Shaw, but northeastern of Voiles Parish. That's where this is right now. Seeing any other reports on this? Or, I mean...
I've been looking at comments. I haven't seen anything in the comments. I did look at the MRMS data, and it indicated that the signature looks more legitimate
Yeah.
there than it did with the Woodward thing.
Yeah, this does look like a pretty legitimate signature, not only in what we're seeing with the debris, but with what we're seeing even in the limited velocity data we're getting here, because we are, again, 4,400 feet up into the storm. So we're going to lean on that data we're getting from, and you can see there, as it was moving through Marksville, it definitely did pulse up, and that's where we started to see the debris. And so, say the tornado dissipates, the debris is not going to just all fall out of the sky immediately. We're still going to see that track even a couple minutes after the tornado lifted. So let's go ahead and take a look at that sheer swath. And yeah, again, started around Marksville, strengthened as it got east of town, and continues right now. I'm going to take a look at the current. Yeah, I mean, that's as you can see up on the scale, that's pretty weak. So, but this is this right here, that shows me that there is something, even if it is just twigs and limbs out there. And I know there's not a ton of folks out there, but fortunately, you know what? We're not breaking into programming. You don't have to watch if you don't feel like it. So if you are in northeastern Avoyelles Parish, this is a tornado that is on the ground and confirmed right now by radar data. At least that's what we're seeing here, and in the chat. National Weather Service chat. Yeah, we got a little update there. It's a little weaker, but sticking with it. So let me see. It looks like it's kind of lagging back into the rain too. So you might get into the rain first, and then you might end up seeing this problem. But again, it's moving steadily toward the east-northeast. Let's see. Do a little measurement track. It's about 14 miles from the Shaw community out there in southern Concordia Parish, so you could very well end up seeing this. At the very least, you're going to see a lot of rain, hear a lot of thunder, see the lightning, and perhaps some gusty straight-line winds. But for right now, we do have at least hints of a tornado, a confirmed tornado that looks like it dropped on the east side of Marksville. So if anybody out there on the east side of Marksville, if anybody in Marksville has any reports of damage, please do let us know. That way people can know kind of what to expect as this moves on through. But I'll pull it back to regular radar. Yeah. Make sure we're not missing something, because it seems like the weakest, most crazy-looking ball of nothing has been producing here in the last couple of hours. Very heavy rainfall, probably lots of lightning too. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of lightning up there with that, and then down toward Mansura, Cottonport, Bunkie, heavy rain. Probably not any hail out of these, but it wouldn't be surprising to see some peas.
Yeah, by now, the highest shear values are over in that area.
Yeah, it's moved on toward the east. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for these storms, that are down to the southwest of the actual tornado warning that continues in effect until 7:30, and then we'll see if they reissue it. In fact, I'm going to see if Jackson's talking about this.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Nope, they're talking about a different one. Again, this is where we get into where these things kind of track into different weather service offices, so we have to kind of switch from looking at one to the other. And as this moves from Avoyelles to Concordia, that would be switching into Jackson, Mississippi. Let me go ahead and see if we have an update on that debris. And that's looking like it's fading out. Still there, still something. If, it's co-located with the circulation, the rough mid-level circulation here on the storm relative velocity. Nothing I'm seeing is jumping out and saying, hey, there's definitely a tornado here, except for the fact that at least we have some remaining debris that's still falling out from this, as it did look like it touched down on the east side of Marksville and then continued on toward the east-northeast. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect as well. That includes Marksville, Bunkie, looks like almost into Simmsport. And this area down here is where we're seeing a lot of heavy rainfall, hearing tons of thunder. And again, lots of heavy rain. I didn't tell you this, Tom, but when I was leaving here, we hold water pretty well around this area. I'm out like around Lark and Versailles here in Alexandria, and it was probably about 8 to 10 inches of water out there. It was a little dicey getting through that. So street flooding, as all that water runs off of the very hard ground that we have, is a problem in most areas. Usually that's going to be more confined to your more urban areas, but since everybody's ground is concrete right now, well, it's going to spread on to everyone. We all get to enjoy it. Let me take a look and see. Yeah, nothing. Looks like... All right, let's just see this go red here. Move that away, and hopefully...
Looked like the strongest updraft was to the east of there.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of... had a little resurgence out to the east. Oh, I think I had an update. Yeah, so we're still seeing a little something here, but it's not one of those that's showing up really densely.
It doesn't seem well correlated with the reflectivity, though.
No, it doesn't. It seems like it's kind of lagging behind things, and this is between Buck Road and Natchitoches Island Oilfield Road, and yeah, it's on the back side here, so I don't know if we... that would kind of surprise me if we still had something going on there. I don't think everything's lining up with that right now, but we'll stick with it just in case. Another area, let's see.
Cottonport and Mansur, it's rocking and rolling down in that area.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've seen these setups, it seems like, produce here in the last hour or so, so I'm going to be watching that as well. But right now, a severe thunderstorm warning covering that, a lot of heavy rain. And again, whatever, rotation we're seeing in these is really tucked back into that heavy rain, heavy precipitation, which is not a recipe for a real long-lasting tornado, and I don't think we're going to see that out of this. In fact, I'm surprised to see what we have been seeing. I think we'll see plenty of heavy rainfall, and we'll see a lot of that lightning, but most of these storms becoming much more linear now. Your stronger shear and your more isolated supercells are now off to the east into southern Mississippi. It looks like one east of Lake Charles there as well, between Lake Charles and Lafayette. Decent little storm there around Welsh and Jennings, out of our forecast area. So let's stick up here to the north, where we still have that report or that warning in place until 7:30. So 6 more minutes. Patchy heavier rain. Okay, they're asking about that one. We will allow for both the tornado and the severe warning to expire, and will follow up with an SPS. Winds have decreased significantly. That is from Lake Charles.
Bye-bye warnings.
All right. So if they are going to discontinue these warnings, I definitely wanted to hop on and be with you just for the fact that we had another warning that slightly unexpected, but that's why it's a beautiful thing to have this just sitting in my house. I can come over here and we can talk weather whenever. So I'm going to go ahead and cut things off for here. Should we get another warning, I'm going to pop back on. I'm about to send him home, though. He's got to go eat dinner,